good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. I'm looking at the clock now, and it's 4:20 CET, which is about the time last week where we had just finalized the winners for the Blockspace Synergy Hackathon that concluded in Berlin last week on Friday. And I have to say, I felt very relieved because we managed to go through 55 total submissions. Um, a lot of judges had not been able to take a break for uh, uh, more than an hour and a half, 2 hours. And finally, at this time last week, we managed to get together all of the winning submissions. It was a really tough call for the judges because we had a lot of great submissions. So we do these streams at least twice a week. We started them before the hackathon commenced, and we stream on Tuesdays and on Fridays to feature things that are happening around the work that we do at WebZero with organizing hackathons or continuing to help hackers post hackathon. So really, this place is a stream where you can tune in to learn about project updates. You can tune in to learn about who are the winning teams and hear from them about their experience about the hackathon that we hosted last week. So we will be featuring a lot more builders in the coming weeks. So stay tuned. Now, a quick recap of the hackathon. We had 55 submissions. We gave out some just shy of $100,000 in prizes. You can check out all of the teams that have won and their prizes in this Twitter thread. But a quick recap, we had some really great submissions for the ink bounties. We had some super cool additions of main track submissions that did the marketing bounty. And we had some Hyperbridge submissions. I think that there was some interesting projects looking at cross-chain functionality for their applications. And I think the most stunning ones were Kusama's track with some really cool privacy things, projects related to privacy, as well as Polkadot's main track. And we also had a fair amount of submissions for the Solana track. The UX bounty also gave out some prizes that entail continuing to work with teams after the hackathon. So all in all, right now, it's when the fun starts. This is when we have a bunch of teams that are going to continue building, continue focusing on shipping the next milestones of their winning submissions. And it also is a time for any of the other teams that participated to consider what they could be doing with the work that they've invested in over the 3 days during the hack. So that's just a quick intro on what we saw last week. There's some great submissions, and I'm really excited to be a part of the journey to help these teams post hackathon. So we have some special guests today, and they are some of the teams that submitted to the hackathon. So before going into hearing from them how their experience was, I wanted to show you a little something that I've been working on. And this little something is a product that I call Blockspace Stadium. It is a place that anyone can go back and view what the past submissions of the hackathons that we host are. So that includes learning about the updates of that project, as well as where to find their GitHub and a demo video and things like this. And this is something that I had started building about a year ago when we concluded the Symmetry Hackathon of 2024, when we did Blockspace, the Blockspace Hackathon during Web3 Summit in 2024. And one thing led to the next, got busy with another thing, and basically dropped the whole thing of this basic. Like, it really is just a landing page to showcase past projects. So today, I'm really excited to share with you guys the first MVP that I'm going to put out there for everyone that participated at the hackathon to be able to go and see their own projects, share it with other people, and also use this as a tool to provide updates on the milestones that they're working on. This is also going to be a tool for curators to verify milestones, as well as a place for teams to manage their payouts. So let's dive into it. So currently, I'm actually just deployed. I've only just deployed this locally because it's not currently on a live URL, and I want to be sure that I've fixed any bugs, any UX issues or whatnot before I put it out there. But I can share with you like the approach of how I plan to roll out this product. Basically, right now, my main priority is that it's a place where people can see their own projects, and other people outside of the community can also go back and visit these projects. So that's the main goal right now in this rollout of the MVP. So if you check it out, we can see on the homepage, these are the projects that won last week's hackathon. These are all the projects that won the main tracks of last week's hackathon, actually, more precisely. There are other projects that won bounties that aren't listed here, but these are all of the projects that won the main track. So basically, from this page, I want this to be a DApp feel, a feel of really being a decentralized application eventually. So I really want to focus on it being useful. And the entry point gives an overview of the winners, and immediately I can go and see all of the past projects. So I'm pretty happy with this past projects page because not only shows the 55 submissions of the hackathon last week, but you can go and see the 28 submissions from last year's hackathon also, because a lot of these projects were great, and it's sad that by virtue of the business, you do one event, a hackathon, and then all of those projects basically go down to get forgotten about and pick up dust. Well, here you can actually view these projects. And now let's take a look at how I've envisioned just making it super easy to get a snapshot of these projects. Well, simply you click on View More, Learn More, I think it is, and then immediately you have the app, the thing that this project built, rendered right here in this kind of modal view. So that's pretty cool because part of this is to really show the world, like, here are some really cool things that have been built. But also, it can also be a place for someone to go, hey, listen, I want to actually keep contributing to this. I can tell that you have the hackathon. What do you say about me? I really want to encourage collaboration with this. Another one. I remember there was some interesting ones from last year. Is Dot Takeout up online? Okay, cool. So Dot Takeout renders. Some of these don't actually render because they're videos and they're Google Drive links. So they just kind of break, but so far so good. It's working pretty nicely. Propcorn is a really nice one too from last year. It was a winner from last year. So Propcorn is basically a way to escrow money to pay freelancers, and it's all ready to be used. It's all ready to go. So yeah, a little bit about the past projects section, and yeah, you can just filter by winners. So these are the winners from last year, and I can also do the same for this year. So the last piece, just to give you guys an idea of where this is going, is that it's really a project management tool for teams that need to keep shipping on their projects, right? So this page is essentially listing all the winners, the pending milestone delivery, which will get populated here once the milestone 2 will be approved, and under review would be once the team has actually submitted the work, and it's up to the curators to sign off on approving the milestone 2 submission, and then completely automate the ability to claim your payout without needing to go through Google spreadsheets, without needing to contact the person through email, all within this one app that will verify the user with their connected wallet. So I don't want to emphasize too much what's going on with this kind of perspective world, that I hope to be able to have a robust implementation in the next week, 2 weeks. But right now, the focus I really want it to be on showcasing these projects and giving a taste for what it looks like for teams that are now going to soon be able to use this tool to manage their milestone payouts. So right now, you can update your team address, and you can also update your milestones. So if I want to add another milestone, or I want to do, I just want to actually overwrite what's already there, I can do that by filling in this form. It writes it to our database, and we actually then have a way to hold the milestone author accountable, as well as the curators who signed off on it accountable. So now let's actually use this tool to learn about some of the super exciting projects that came that submitted during the Synergy Hack last week. And with us today, we'll be joined by Michael from the Polka Leads team, who will be showing his submission around a CRM for the Polkadot ecosystem. I'll let him take on the description for that, and we'll also be joined by Emmanuel, who will tell us about his project Sim Chain. So I'm going to go ahead and Polka Leads. I'm going to search for Polka Leads and pull it up. Okay, so I'm going to play dumb and take a glance at this, say a few things, and then invite Michael and Emmanuel to help me out on explaining what this project's about. But also, you know what? Let's get Michael on right now. Michael, are you there? Are you ready to get on? I take that as a yes. I see you nodding.
Hey guys, how you doing? How's everybody?
Hey.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who's
good
listening.
to see you.
I hope somebody's listening.
There's some people listening. You know what? There's actually some people on a Friday night or Friday evening listening.
Yeah. Look, so I gotta tell you a little bit about the project, right?
Yeah. So first of all, why don't you introduce yourself, Michael? We exchanged a little bit. I remember meeting you during the hackathon, and your partner came to me asking for help, and I tried to help the best I could. The reason I feel like my help was useful is that your partner never came back to me after that, so hopefully it was helpful. But why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about how your experience with the hackathon was?
Well, look, so I've been in sales and marketing for the past 10 years, I guess. Mostly working in Web 2 space, and recently got my new passion for Web 3 and crypto, and I really like the community, that everybody's really forward thinking and ready to invent something and create something, and everybody's cool. I like that. That's amazing. Yeah, so actually the hackathon in Berlin was my first hackathon. I've never tried anything like that before, this format before. It's very interesting. I'm really glad I won something. That was that's nice for the first hackathon, I guess. Yeah, so my partner.
What did you win? I can't remember off the top of my head.
What do you say?
What did you win? I can't remember.
We won first place in marketing category.
In the marketing,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
How was the marketing track? Yeah, what inspired you to take on the marketing track?
I mean, look,
it was our first time doing it.
I'm a sales.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm a sales and marketing guy. So and we went in there with my girlfriend, was my partner, and she's more of a tech person, But of course, she's only one person, so we're probably not going to have any time and or capability to build something crazy, like technically super advanced, right? Since she's like the only one who's actually doing the job, and I'm just doing some spreadsheets, you know. Yeah. So yeah, what we've done is we're trying to do as much as we could. It all started with the idea. It was originally was my idea with this whole CRM thing, and I was really amazed how she was able to like put stuff together in a span of like 2 days, and really see everything happen. It was really awesome. Yeah, I could tell you a little bit about the project. Do you want to get out?
So tell us about Polkadot. I mean,
Yeah. So the original idea,
where did the idea come from? What is it? What is it? Let's start there. Like super
yeah.
simple for people that are
So
just tuning
like
in.
originally, it's basically a CRM platform with marketing capabilities and also an option for lead generation. Why is it special? Is first of all, I was kind of thinking about marketing as more of like a Web 2 tool for like Web 2 people, for Web 2 marketing agencies and whatnot. And it's basically it's based on scraping the leads off of the wallets on the blockchains that are not very, what do you call it, underdogs. So for example, if we take Polkadot, um, you can scrape leads from there, but three of our biggest competitors, which God, what are they called now? I don't remember. Anyway, so we have three competitors that are like in the space. They also have the CRM type of thing with scraping leads from wallets and stuff like that, but none of them are scraping wallets from underdog blockchains. Like for example, Polkadot, like what was the other one? So there's a whole bunch of them. So mostly they just have like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and like the usual suspects, and none of them are really like going for the blockchains that are not really known. So that's what I was thinking. Like there is a lot of leads that are kind of like untapped. And you can also send wallet to wallet messages as we're also integrated on the platform. That those people are not really getting a lot of messages there, because since nobody's really scraping them. And also none of our competitors have pay-per-lead system. Pay-per-lead system. One second. None of them have pay-per-lead system. Most of them have like monthly subscriptions, which are quite obnoxious, and they all start from like, I mean, one of them was like 1,600 a month. This is how they start. It's like a minimum subscription price, which is crazy, and or like 600 a month, or
And so, are you able to tell whether this tool is actually can be more powerful than some of these like super expensive
I mean,
tools that are probably designed
look,
for
the
other?
thing is, we've been developing it for literally 2 days. So as of now, of course, it's not more powerful than than my competitors that spend a whole bunch of money and a whole bunch of time on developing this.
Of course.
But the idea is to take a specific niche on the market. Yeah, I mean, of course, the competitors are not they're not stupid, and they've done their homework and they know what they're doing. And from what I've seen, they have amazing capabilities, and they're great, really. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to take on a different niche. As when they're going after something that is mainstream, we're trying to go for something that is, rather like an underdog type of situation.
Uh-huh.
And we also
So
we want
tell us.
to also, like, what's more important really is that we're trying to offer a pay-per-lead system rather than a obnoxious subscription type thing. Yeah.
So you focus a lot more on the product, on the marketing of the product, how to sell it, and so tell me, like, who is your target customer
I mean,
here?
look, at first I think it's mostly we want to start off with like marketing agencies, and but I think it really is going to go down to the guerrilla campaign. I mean, I have written down like a small marketing plan for the next 3-6 months or something. um, but of course, it's like in sales and marketing is like, until you really try, you don't really know. So you have to try first and see who's going to respond to that better. But from my experience, it's probably going to be first like smaller marketing agencies that are looking for ways to develop something new, to find some new leads, some untapped leads.
Yeah.
You know what everybody's Web 2 are talking about, because you know, people are running out of leads. Actually getting leads is very complicated, especially the ones that haven't been communicated to before. You know, so this is a big problem in Web 2 world. I don't know if you guys know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I from my perspective, I've worked with, uh, well, I've been in a team where we were looking for a good CRM and like leads generation tool, and in my experience, all of them are built for the Web 2 world.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot more difficulty or a lot more different challenges really when you're working in the Web 3 world, um, where you're just faced with different things, you know, like you can't be. I think I'm gonna just put you on mute because I can hear your mic.
Yeah, so the whole idea is basically to give the Web 2 people an opportunity to get the leads from the Web 3 world, you know. And there is also a lot of different use cases that I've written out. I mean, I can't really share the screen unfortunately because I'm literally in the supermarket right now. A lot of use cases how those Web 3 leads can actually be useful for Web 2 world. You know what I mean? And so my idea was to actually give that opportunity for Web 2 people to participate in the Web 3 world, get leads from there, communicate to Web 3 world, and start working together. You know what I mean?
Nice. So you guys tried to use Hyperbridge?
We tried. It didn't really work, and so we
Mm-hmm,
had to
mm-hmm.
like switch to XMTP. What was it? What was it called?
XPM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hyperbridge. We try to implement it, but we ran into difficulties. Then we tried to talk to the Hyperbridge people, and they unfortunately weren't really helpful. So we had to abandon the whole idea. Yeah. But of
I
course,
mean,
like those. Yeah.
I was gonna say using Hyperbridge would be. I mean, like this could be a product that literally gives you CRM for and like all of Web3. So insofar that it can connect with Hyperbridge or connect with Polkadot even via bridges, because yeah, you could just, so long as you're getting that data and it's verifiable and it's trusted,
Yeah.
then you can be collecting information about accounts on chains like Arbitrum, BNB, Ethereum, and I think you can do some really interesting things, and you can collect a lot more data points than just on Polkadot. But this product will
Yeah, so
also
of
be
course.
on
Look, so
Polkadot.
the deal is obviously that if we're talking about the Ethereum and BNB and all that, of course those blockchains are more known. But uh, what I'm what, and we will have them, right? So, but we want to start as we want to start. Uh, we want to take a step back and start from the underdogs, because there is a
Mhm.
marketing angle there, so if I say like, oh, you can like message people on the Ethereum blockchain, people kind of like they're getting a lot of messages. First of all, there is they're bombarded with the marketing materials a lot more than people on the smaller blockchains. You know what I mean? So of course it's not a problem to have them. It's rather about the marketing angle, about the marketing angle and how we're gonna. So it's all about positioning the product and who can we who can really benefit from that. You know what I mean? So my idea was to actually start off with the smaller marketing agencies that are looking for something unknown, something untapped, something new. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, super interesting. So I'm curious to switch gears here, and as we phase into inviting Emmanuel on to talk about his project, I want to hear from you. How, like, how was the experience from going to this hackathon with maybe somewhat of an idea, somewhat of an interest, and then telling yourself, okay, this is what we're gonna build, given that we only have limited time, and then being at a place where you're like, oh, I'm satisfied what I did, or oh, I tried to do too much, or I want to hear from your experience so that it could be insight that could be useful for other people wanting to go to hackathons too.
Yeah. Look, I mean, as I said, it was my first hackathon, so I really have no idea what a hackathon is really. So it was very interesting for me. They really have to like put stuff together in a span of 3 days, which I actually find awesome. Uh, the first challenge was, of course, to like come up with the idea, and I really wanted to, to do something cool and creative, and maybe something that's like actually unique and potentially something that I actually want to continue working on, because like I don't want to waste time on doing something just for the hackathon and just abandon it and just go to another hackathon. Like I'm just wasting time then, even if I earn money, like whatever. So like I wanted to come up with something cool, and we had a couple of ideas, but I was like, no, let's find something that like would really be something new and something that we can be proud of, and then start researching the something that I actually know about, like sales and marketing, right? So I started thinking about that, and then eventually I came up with that. So actually coming up with the idea was the first thing, the first challenge, and then of course building that thing and creating a marketing strategy, think about how can we implement all the tech from other companies, how to put it all together. That was the next challenge. But overall, like I think if you're come with a mindset of like of um, of actually doing something like that makes sense and something that makes sense for other people, and really like starting your hackathon journey was like first thinking about like, oh, who can benefit from my product, what can I do for other people, how can I serve other people in the best way, then you will make something great and you will make a good product even in the span of 2 or 3 days. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know what I mean? It just has to be there, and it has to make sense. And I feel like if you just achieve those two things, then there is a big chance you're gonna win.
Yeah, I think that's really all really good advice. I think coming up here with the idea is a big challenge. I think that's once you have a good idea, then it's easier to plan your time and to like know and to set yourself goals and expectations. So I want to ask you, like, where are you at now in the project? Like, what are you excited to do more research about? Like, maybe get first users in the niche that you're looking at. What's your plan?
Oh, so the plan is right now we're thinking actually to maybe apply for like a small funding, just to keep the project going, to develop it further. Because like as I said, like my girlfriend is pretty much like the only person who can like develop something technically. So we're probably gonna need some help, like some other working hands to do so. And for that, maybe we're gonna need like a little funding. I don't know, maybe 5 to 10K. So we're thinking about maybe applying for treasury funding at Polkadot, or something similar. I don't know. I'm open to advices because it's my I've never done this before. It's a new field to me, so I'll be happy to hear any advice or anything that's like what's possible. I mean, we're not asking for like 100 grand, only for like 5 to 10K just to keep the project going, because I see the potential there. There is a potential, and yeah, I want to develop it further, see how we can resonate with the market, and what we can do.
That's really good to hear. I think you guys are a team that showed like a lot of stamina and like determination to get your idea past the finish line to submit. And now you're in a place that's like, yeah, this could be cool. Let's keep exploring it, and that's why we're here. So yeah. I hope that like let's say in 4 months you'll come back on this stream and you'll be like, yo, I really want to share my guerrilla marketing campaign here with you, Sasha. Let's do it. I'm here to support that, and I hope that like your peers that you met during the hackathon also like are people you can share with your updates and things like this. So yeah, that's what we care about facilitating. On that note, let's bring in Emmanuel. Maybe he has a few words to share based on our discussion here about tips and his experience. Emmanuel, you get to be brought on.
Oh, Sasha, can I tell you one more thing? I think I have to go. I'm being short on time. Can I skip? Is that okay?
Yes, Michael. Thank you so much for making the time.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, it was just, unfortunately, it was a bit unexpected. I really got to know about this thing like an hour ago, so I didn't really.
It's all good. I really appreciate it. Okay, cheers. I'll bring you off. Have a good one. How's it going, Emmanuel?
Going good. Everything is going good. Happy to be here. Definitely.
And last time I saw you, I think I was probably rushing around the room trying to make sure that things start on time.
We were all rushing.
You were too. You were too.
Yeah. It was quite intense actually, and but I mean, the end result was really great. Everybody on my team was really happy, and And also, we left with a lot of lessons, new lessons, and
Mhm.
new ways to kind of build on what we came with same chain. So, I would say, yeah, it was a good experience for me.
How many people did you have in your team, Emmanuel?
Um, in total, with me included, we're four. Right. And I could remember the first day I came on stage, and I kind of pitched my project, and then Sam, Arieta, and Senti was reached out, came like just some minutes after, came to me and just showed their interest, and we just started working. So it was really
No way.
good. Yeah.
I didn't realize you made your team on the day of.
Yeah, same day, same day. Before I think 3 p.m. I think I pitched around maybe 2, and then by 3 we already had like the team.
Yeah, team formation was 2 p.m. and then it was a little hectic.
Yeah,
I saw people come on stage and then nobody really responding. Like I'd be like, "Hey, we need a rest dev." No one would look at me.
yeah. I was
But
worried. I
I know
was
that
worried.
it
Yeah.
worked at least for some of you guys. Yeah,
hmm
that's
hmm
cool.
Yeah.
So you met your team on the first day.
Yeah.
You had an idea. Um, Tell us about like how the idea started, and then maybe then we can jump right into what you built.
Yeah, so maybe I could start with like my experience. I'm a Web2 developer, and I think as of me, I wanted to try seeing how I could dive into the Web3 space because it's a space that I know, I'm familiar with, but haven't really done any project. And I was thinking also of setting up my company in Rwanda, and I started exploring ideas that I could actually use in getting into the space. And then I thought about um, some challenges that people are having, especially in Rwanda, Africa generally. Like as I said in my presentation, if I were to send my aunt or my grandma or anybody, like if I was to tell them about cryptocurrency or blockchain, they probably wouldn't have or know what it means, right? So I thought, okay, how can I make this easy for them or for anybody who has very little to no knowledge about blockchain or the Web3, right? And Simchain came to mind, and I was like, and that's just leveraging on infrastructures or tools that you already have, which is everybody have a phone number, which is some sort of identity, and then how can we convert this to like a wallet, which means you really do not need to go through the informations of knowing how blockchain work. All you just need to know is your number, and with your number, you know that you can get a wallet, and that is the basic idea.
So, let should we go into looking at your demo? I can bring it up, or do you
You
want to?
have it, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. All right. So SimChain. So
Yeah,
SimChain. So it says we're enabling people without smartphones or internet to access blockchain-based financial services
yeah,
using just a basic phone by
yeah,
using USSD service.
yeah.
SimChain is a SIM-based smart wallet system that lets users send, save, and stake crypto on Solana and Polkadot. No
Mm,
apps or internet needed. It brings DeFi to the real world by
mm,
turning any phone into a gateway to Web3. I
yeah.
remember these. I
You
scanned your
tried it.
QR code,
Yeah,
yeah, and I'm
yeah,
like, it works. It was cool. I put in my number, and then it totally worked as expected.
yeah, yeah. I mean that's the idea, to make it as easy as possible for anybody. So
So I'm pressing play on this video.
yes.
You want to like, maybe you can.
I can just explain. So this is more or less like a simulation of how a USSD would work, right? You wouldn't need to put in your number if you are using your phone, an actual phone, right? But we put in this number to kind of register it as a session for that number. And when you put in your number and type in maybe a USSD code, you get this menu. So these are simple menus that you would normally get if you were to buy a ringtone or you want to buy credits on your phone. So it's almost the same thing, but in this case, you're using the service of SimChain, right? And once you register, you put in a 6 digits code. You have like options to do a lot of things: buy, check balance, maybe even send crypto or USDC to like a friend just using their number or their alias, right? So this option, I think what we've just done here is changing your alias, which is more or less like a username. So
Hmm.
if you don't want to give your people your number because you want to maintain some sort of privacy, you could have an alias that is uh, that is linked to your wallet, and then you can give people those that alias, and anybody on the same chain network can also use your alias to send you funds or do any sort of transaction.
Hmm.
Yeah. So this part was us trying to show how we plan to use the Hyperbridge API to kind of make our system more developer friendly. So we came up with an idea of where developers who want to try out some mini ideas, like for example, if you want to try out a loan app, you can just integrate with our USSD service, and then users on our service can easily go to the service menu, and then we'll see your app and then be able to try out those services. So we thought about using Hyperbridge to expose those APIs for developers to build services and integrate to our service. So that was what all that was about. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay, wait. So this screen here is just kind of a dashboard
Yes,
to kind of have an overview of your usage, the usage of the.
exactly. Like just like an admin dashboard where you can see like list of people that have created the wallets, and as you can see, the numbers are not they're not visible even to the admin because of privacy. You want to maintain and keep privacy, people's number very private and handle it very carefully. So we try to make sure that every information that comes into our system is kind of encrypted and not made visible to anybody.
So talk to me about some of the challenges that you had
Mm,
with getting this
Um,
off the ground.
I think that one of the main challenge I had during the hackathon was explaining to people what USSD was in the first place, because not a lot of people were familiar with the technology. Um, so I had to use my phone even just to explain that this is what a USSD technology is, and but it's mostly common in Africa, you know. Um, but then I think
Or unstructured supplementary service data.
yes, yes, yes. I think that's the major challenge that I kind of faced. Then the other was, I think everything kind of went pretty well, especially with my team. The guys I had on my team were awesome. So for areas that I lacked, someone was kind of holding the ropes there. And I mean, we were all trying to pull our weight to make sure we're able to deliver something that is presentable and also a product that people can understand, right? So, and I think in the end, it worked out well.
Super cool.
Yeah.
So, okay, you guys built a proof of concept. Uh,
Yes.
I know it works because I tried it out.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of work that needs to be done on the actual on the USDC transferring, but at least the rails are there. So what's
Yes.
up for you guys? Like, what's the next step here?
Um,
So how can we support? And yeah, what are you thinking?
yeah. The next step is us trying to do more research and so two things. The USSD service, you actually need to integrate with some sort of network, which I'm already, or we're trying to do in Rwanda to get a USSD code assigned to same chain. And then we can plug in APIs and make something that actually works. So that we're already in the process of doing. And one other approach we're trying to explore is for users who might not be interested in USSD. Well, like this project said, it says USSD first, right? So we also thought it might be best to kind of introduce like an app model, maybe a web app or a mobile app, where people can also use the same concept, use their phone number to sign in and then get a wallet, and then maybe someone can send them like a crypto or a stable coin to their wallet just by knowing their number, phone
Mhm.
number. So we're also exploring that, but for now we're trying to make sure we have some sort of integration going with the telecom provider for the USSD service, and then continue to build up on the solution we already have for the deposits, for the services, deposits, sending money features, and others. Right.
So, I mean, Emmanuel, that sounds like a lot of stuff to focus on now. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, how are you going to manage the workload? What are you going to prioritize? Maybe it's a passion project and it's
Yeah.
something you're going to do slowly, for fun over the next 12 months. Like, how are you planning to, obviously there's some exciting things to build, but I'm
Mhm.
curious, like, how are you going to plan the time?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I out of job. This is my primary job.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so this is my primary job at least for the next 3 months.
Hmm.
So I intend to put in a lot of effort in making sure that we take this project to some sort of stage where we can have like a proof of concept, something that works, right? So we could one idea that we want to use as a proof of concept is to test out like a community project in Rwanda where people are able to get the wallet and then get token for participating in like a community service, right? This would be like an actual proof that this works, and then we can take it up from there. So that's like the first milestone that we intend to achieve, and then from there
Hmm.
maybe the other things that I mentioned.
Get something solid that works. Yeah. So, a really interesting thing about SimChain and what you submitted last
Mm.
week is that you're actually building. I mean, it's a product that uses Solana and Polkadot. In the design of the
Mm.
product, it must be
Yes.
multi-chain, is how I understand
Yes.
it. Uh, can you talk to me about, like, yeah, what the decision around that,
Mm.
like, where the decision around that came
Yeah.
from, and what's your envision, or I'm losing my words. It's Friday
Yeah.
afternoon. What's your vision for uh, potentially collaborating between Solana and Polkadot?
Yeah. So initially, when I kind of had this idea, Solana was like the primary technology that I used instead, But on getting to the hackathon, I realized that there were a lot of developers and people that I was interacting who were also familiar with the Polkadot, and I kind of it made me realize that I could be isolating like an ecosystem that might be playing a huge part in the growth of the product itself, which is why we kind of thought that it would be good to make this project a multi-chain products. That means we're not isolating any ecosystem. We're making sure that everybody is able to get involved and do interact with our service. Now, as regards how we're going to make this happen, I'm still pretty much new to the Polkadot ecosystem, so not so familiar with a lot of the technology for building a lot of the solutions, but I'm doing a lot of research and maybe even collaborating with someone within the ecosystem who writes, who is able to build like some smart contracts with Polkadot. And then from there, I think we just take it from there. But I do intend to make this a multi-chain. Uh,
I mean, I think you're in a really great position because right now you have a unique MVP. It
mm,
works, and you know what is needed for it to be um, much more robust. I think that your objective is to then raise money with it. Well, you have the support of Polkadot. Like, I'm here representing WebZero, who is representing Polkadot in this hackathon. We want to be able to be giving you the support you need. And also, you have Solana. I mean, Solana has so much support from developers. So what I'm hoping to see is we together actually can give you the support combined for you to get to your next stage. And then we come back to the next hackathon with a much more developed idea. And at this point, you're developing features that I don't know, maybe a food delivery system with
Yeah, definitely. I do not intend to stop. I intend to actually keep building and making sure that this becomes an actual product that is being used by a lot of people, especially for people in Africa. But I mean, this it's a global mindset, right? So I'm not going to limit it to just people in Africa, but everybody in the world should be able to use this kind of solution, because it makes Web3 accessible for everybody. Yeah.
Super cool, Emmanuel. Thanks for taking the time to go through this project that you built. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know, in a few months we can get you back on and you can give us some updates here.
Oh, definitely. I'll be happy to share my updates anytime. And also, thank you for having me. The hackathon was my first Web3 hackathon, and it was amazing. You guys were organized. The mentors were great. And I mean, I left. So I came with like just an idea, but I left with a lot of ways that my projects could grow, and found a lot of, meet connections also, which was I believe is going to be good in my journey for this project. So thank you guys, and
that's really good to hear. What were your highlights of the hackathon?
Highlights: being able to form a team. I think that was the first. I had an amazing team who were. I think without them, I probably wouldn't have made it to submission, right? But because I had a team, it was really good, and that's one. I was one of the few people that stayed overnight for the 3 days, so there was food. There was provisions for people who wanted to stay at the space to just freshen up, and I think
I heard the showers were amazing.
Yeah, it was good. It was really
I heard it was hectic. We did our best.
What else? Also, I think the event was well organized. The final day was, the demo day was also very good. The fact that I could pitch my ideas to people, the different tracks, I think it was good. And the judges, although some were tired towards the end, they still paid attention. Actually, for the UX that I came toward, we were the last to present, so we knew that they were tired, but they still listened to us, and I think that was a good experience. So it was really good.
Yeah, they deserve big kudos. I mean, I remember them being there for hours.
Yes.
So how many bounties did you admit to, actually, or did you pitch to?
We pitched to, I think, 4. The main track, the marketing, Solana, and the UX.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I believe you left with a Solana prize,
Yes,
for sure.
Solana and the UX. Yeah. And also, we got recognized by the marketing team also, which was good enough for us. Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna be coordinating in chats, I believe, where we want to help make sure that the UX, the team behind the UX bounty, is gonna give you the support you want, and then Solana, I think the challenge will be that we want to keep working with both Polkadot and Solana, and not see you go away. Solana. So we'll work on that together.
Yeah,
okay?
we'll do that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Thanks for having me. This was good.
Thank you for coming on such short notice. I think we've reached the wrap-up time of the stream. we will be continuing to feature builders from the hackathon into next week. So if you're around, having you in the audience, if you have questions and things like this, it's always a fun time. I think my goal is to, I mean, here's the thing, right? Who would know about SimChain and the amazing thing that you built last week?
True.
Right? If it wasn't for maybe doing a bit of these, you sharing updates, sharing how the project is going. So at Web0, we really are going to be doubling down on more developer focused content.
Yeah, and I think it's good. I think it's good. This way, developers don't just build and just leave it at that. It also motivates them to want to keep building and sharing updates for those who are still interested in their project. So I think this is a great idea, and definitely would love to join anytime I get the opportunity.
Well, thank you for being the first guinea pig.
That's good. Yeah.
I appreciate you, Emmanuel. I'll let you go and then do a few closing words for the end of the stream, and be in touch. I super appreciate the time that you put to come on the stream, and also the effort that you put to make SimChain. I think it's a cool project that a lot of us should have an eye on. I look forward to the development.
Thank you very much. All right.
Okay. See you. Bye-bye. Okay, that wraps up 2 of the projects that submitted to the Synergy hack. Note that these weren't projects that won the main track. They're projects that won different bounties and not necessarily the main track, which kind of goes to show that this hackathon was a cool experiment because a lot of people came together with building the things that they wanted to try out themselves, and had incentives to use different technologies. But essentially, someone that didn't win the main track was also able to also have an experience of winning some small cash prizes and getting support post hackathon. So that's what this is about. Block Stadium. It's about showcasing both people that are winning at hackathons, but also people that are continuing to build and still have the appetite and are still hungry to continue building their projects post hackathon. So I hope to see you guys here more often. In the future, we will be checking chats more often and getting people to ask questions and maybe getting special guests to come on the stream impromptu. But for now, it's Friday afternoon, and I wanted to wish you guys all a really nice weekend. I want to say, please stay tuned about the program of the stream by following us on Twitter, following us on LinkedIn or on YouTube also. And I wish everyone happy